Thank you so much for joining us today. We love having the five of you as part of our Family Advisory Committee, and we especially appreciate you making the time today to speak to us about your experience and some of the highlights along the way. I'd like to start by talking to you, Katia, and we'd love to hear from you about your perspectives as being a member of our Family Advisory Committee. Can you please share that with us?
Thank you for having us today. I've really enjoyed my time with QEC and decided to join the committee as a way to give back and also use it as an opportunity to thank the staff for all the incredible support that we received. We did use 3 of the programs and found them incredibly helpful. One of the key reasons why I also chose to join the committee is that I was really impressed with how seriously QEC take their consumer feedback. It's very clear to me that they value their families beyond the experience and that they choose to take that feedback on board and use it to improve the service. So I've only been on the committee for about 6 months. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the impact that we've been able to make. But I know from talking to other families that there has already been incredible inroads. So I'm very grateful to be given this opportunity to share my experience and help other families. Thank you, Christy.
Thank you so much, Katia. It was lovely to hear your thoughts, and we know that you've also volunteered to join our Client Information Management System working group when that gets established soon. So we so appreciate that you can give your consumer perspective and also your professional experience as well. Thank you so much for coming along today. We'd now like to speak to Lauren. Lauren, you've been on the committee for a bit longer. We'd love to hear how long you've been involved with our committee. We'd like to thank you for your beautiful background and would love to hear your thoughts as well. Thank you.
So I've been part of the Family Advisory Committee since probably 2019, 2020, after I participated in the 5-day residential program with my son for sleep and settling issues. I leapt at the opportunity to join the committee because as a participant in the program, I really valued the help and support I was given. So I wanted to give back to QEC to help other families with the same issues. I also really respected their values and goals, and I thought it was a great chance for me to become part of the QEC team because I loved everything about it. I really like being a member of the committee because I feel like that our opinions and our input actually makes a difference to the outcomes. We've provided suggestions and ideas along the way that I've actually seen come out at the end in like either a publication or changes on the internet or, changes at QEC, which is really rewarding and an empowering experience. And I feel like, one of the main achievements that we met on this committee was revising the QEC values, as everything QEC does is underpinned by these values. So I thought it was really important to get it right and make sure that the wording was relatable to everyone that was impacted by the values. Yeah.
That's lovely. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, Lauren. It's incredible to me that you used our services so long ago and yet you're still giving of your time and your energy. So we really appreciate that. And I agree, having your input on the values was fantastic. Thanks, Lauren. Now we're going to pass over to Lisa, who's also been involved for quite some time. And Lisa, we'd love to hear your perspective. Thank you.
Thanks, Christy. I chose to join the Family Advisory Committee after utilising the service in early 2019. I can, unfortunately, to this day, still recall that feeling of immense relief when first walking through those doors at Noble Park Centre. The guidance, support, education, and most importantly, that validation I received during my stay was first class. But I couldn't understand why I hadn't heard of QEC before and that no one I knew had heard of QEC, and that included maternal health, and my supporting health professionals. Now, if I hadn't heard of the service, then what hope would a non-English speaking family or a family living remotely have? So when presented with the opportunity, I had all the motivation I needed to join the Family Advisory Committee. That and to give back to an organisation that I feel has given me so much. Some of the projects that we've been involved in include the client management system, which is currently in progress, the new communications strategy, updating the values and behaviours, interview panels, input into the Noble Park redevelopment, cultural safety, style guide for communications and branding, child safe standards, an orientation to QEC, information for new families, including a video welcome, and input into the family experience team role for the new Noble Park building as well. Thanks, Christy. Back to you.
Thank you, Lisa. What an excellent summary you've given of some of the achievements. It's amazing when you put it all in those few sentences, what we've been able to achieve from all the wonderful feedback from families, including yourself. And we're very excited to welcome you soon to our Clinical Governance Committee. So thank you for continuing to contribute to QEC. Now we'd like to hand on to Maristel, and we'd love to hear your perspective. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy. So I started with the Family Advisory Committee during the pandemic. So that's been a while. And we were referred to QEC by my daughter's allergist, not once, but twice. So we didn't wait long to be admitted, and I felt relieved. The support was not only for my child, Hermione, but for myself as well, as I was suffering from postpartum depression back then. And then joining the Family Advisory Committee is my way of paying it forward and giving back to the community, who has been very supportive of our family from the time when we first migrated way back in 2015. It was not easy to start a new life away from family, and we are grateful for all who helped us. And I continue to be part of this committee because I feel that my contributions and suggestions were acknowledged and listened to, and I feel valued. I was also part of the panel who interviewed several candidates for a position, a family liaison officer in QEC. And I appreciate that I have a say in the direction that QEC is taking. And as the last note, I just wanted to share, I framed this, an artwork of my daughter when she joined the QEC program.
That's lovely,
Thank you.
Maristel. It was lovely to be able to be on that interview panel with you. And I thought that we would bring a great perspective having a consumer representative, but I was blown away by the input and expertise that you were able to contribute. So thank you for all your work. Appreciate that so much. Lastly, I would love to introduce Fiona. She's the only member of our Family Advisory Committee who's actually been using one of our community programs rather than our residential programs. Fiona, we'd love to hear from you about your experience.
Well, I've been a member for probably just over a year, and I feel the committee has helped to ensure QEC policies and procedures really do reflect a consumer-centred approach. We all remember how vulnerable we were during our time as consumers and how existing practices impacted on our experiences. And I was fortunate to be assigned a really good worker who suited our family. And I had such a positive experience that when I saw that they were looking for community members, I thought, yep, that's a great way that I could give back. And also learn more. The committee does really look beyond personal experiences and how people from all sorts of diverse backgrounds could have a better experience. And that's because of the quality of the committee members. And I learned so much from their different insights and perspectives and can see how that directly improves services. It's certainly changed how I would do consumer engagement when I return to work. But I just really learned so much being a part of the committee, learning from the staff and learning from the other members, just focusing on the child's voice and the children's experience.
Thank you, Fiona. It's been lovely to hear your thoughts. We love having you involved. We're happy to also welcome you to our Clinical Governance Committee shortly, along with Lisa, and we know that you'll continue to provide such excellent input to help us improve our services. I'd like to once again thank the 5 of you for your time today. I know you are busy parents, and yet you give up your time on this afternoon. And thank you again for your ongoing contribution. It means the world to us. Thank you.